Welcome back to Trans Guy Reacts. My name is Nick. I make videos about women's basketball, college, and professional. This channel is for people who genuinely love women's basketball, all of it. If you are a new fan and you only like one player, or you only like one team, I'm not the channel for you. Please dislike this video, and I will not show up on your feed again. But if you genuinely love all women's basketball, you're a new fan and you're like, wow, I really want to learn what's going on and the history of the sport and all of the nuances and things like that, yes, please, you're welcome here. Please like, subscribe, and share the video. I do not allow comments because comments are a great place for trolls. I'm an out trans person. People just will not even watch the video and leave nasty comments, and I don't have time for that. I'm too old for that. So I welcome those who genuinely want to support me, and maybe when I get a little bit bigger, I will start a Patreon and share, do more back and forth with people in terms of engagement and things like that. But today I am here to talk about the Dawn Staley. So obviously, with the South Carolina Gamecocks, she's gotten a lot of fanfare, and I just want to give her flowers, give a little bit of history, a little breakdown on who she is and what she's done for the league, in college, in basketball in general, college, professional, Olympic, all of that. She's been the forefront of all of this. So first of all, she's in the American Hall of Fame. Okay, she is. I want to point out her age for one, like her stats. She is a guard. She's 53 right now, so she's been playing basketball since she was like 8 years old, something like that. She's 5'6". Handles out the wazoo. Okay, she went to Virginia. And then she got drafted to the WNBA in 1999, and then while she was playing, started to coach. So I'll give you a little breakdown on like who is Dawn Staley. So very close to her parents, very very disciplined house, coming from Philly. It's just life was like you did what you were supposed to. There wasn't like a ton of money, but there was a lot of discipline and a lot of faith, which, I think some of it, a little bit is like coming from those backgrounds, like your parents were straight up abusing you, but that was the back in the day. It was just like, you have to be very, very like about your business, or parents would let you know, and, kind of scary a little bit. But she has taken like the best parts of that disciplinarian and really shaped her players on and off the court, so you have to respect that. But anyway, so in high school, she was, killing it in high school, national player of the year kind of stuff, going to Merrill Dobbins Vocational High School in Philadelphia. When she went to college, she went to the University of Virginia. She earned her degree in rhetoric and communication skills, which makes sense. She's actually a really good communicator. She led her team to 4 NCAA tournaments and 3 Final Fours and 1 championship game. Unfortunately, she never won a championship. So because of that, she was, once she became a coach, she was like, I gotta win some championships, and did she ever? She to point out, she did finish her career with 2,000 points, over 2,000 points, and 454 steals. Okay, she is she's a defensive. She's all about that defense. And defense, like the great Pat Summitt said, offense sells tickets, defense wins games, rebounding wins championships. And that is so true. So true. So, yeah, so she is, in her college time, she's, doing that. She does go overseas for a little bit, and do, a lot of players do the overseas thing, because you kind of have to, really. I mean, there's kind of no other ways about it. And then right after that, she was also on during that time, she was doing the USA basketball. She was, in the under U19 team, a junior national team. It was the junior national team, but now it's called the under 19 team, U19 team, whatever it's called. So she did that for a while. What else did she do? She won a couple of cups. Let's see how many Olympics has she's she's got a gold from FIBA U18 America's Championship. She has a gold from U19 World Championship, 2014 and 2015. So I just want to point those out. And then she has a World Cup from Germany in 1998. Oh, sorry, that was the head coach. Oh my God, I'm saying the wrong things. Woo, that's her as a head coach. This is not even. Whew, girl has been doing so much. It's hard to even keep track of what she's been into. But yeah, she's basically been on the Olympic team as a player and as a coach multiple times. Then she was in the ABL, which was the American Basketball League, but that folded. And then she did get drafted into the 1999 WNBA draft. She went 9th overall to the Charlotte Sting. And I would say, and then she was traded to the Houston Comets, the amazing Houston Comets. And I would say her career in the WNBA was pretty good. She was really effective. She wasn't as like a superstar as she was in high school, in college, but she played really well. She was on a lot of winning teams, and yeah, she did great. Let's see here. The crazy thing is, she started coaching, and she didn't really want to coach. She was kind of tricked into it. She got called into like Temple University as kind of like a visit, but then they basically turned it into an interview and convinced her to be a coach. And she was still coaching. She was still playing professional ball. So I think she stopped playing professional ball in 2006. So she started being coach at Temple at 2000. Okay, crazy. She really turned that school around. They won a lot of I would say they won a lot of things. Won the WNIT, won their tournaments. Just had much better records under her. And then when she was there for about 8 years, and then decided to go to South Carolina, and South Carolina needed a lot of help. They were a very bad team, and so she came into it, and I would say the first 4 years of her being there, they were still a bad team. She had a lot of work to do. She had to, recruit. She had to re-establish the culture, but she turned it around. And since 4 years in, essentially, she's been with the team for like 16 years, and the last 11 years, she's only lost like 38 games. The fuck? Like, what? Who does that? Dawn Staley does that. And obviously she's had a couple of seasons that were undefeated, undefeated. No losses this last year especially, or only losing like one game in the season. So very, very dominant. Very, very really, really great player. Let's see. And then in addition to doing that, so she's playing, then she coaches at the same time she's playing, and then while she's coaching college, she's also invited to be the coach for the USA basketball team, which she was a player on. You see the loops here? Also to note was her time for USA basketball for the Olympics in 1996. So that Olympic team had a lot of pressure on it. Tara Vanderveer left Stanford for 1 year to coach them. They went 60-0. 60-0. They didn't lose any games in a full year. And then they went to Atlanta Olympics and they won the whole thing. They got the gold. And during that time, David Stern in the NBA saw the potential of a sports league owned by the NBA and pretty much put all his energy into making the WNBA a league under the understanding that the 1996 Olympic team had to win, and they did, and they were dominant. And Dawn Staley's, she was on that team, and Lisa Leslie was on that team, Rebecca Lobo was on that team. It was just like a stacked team. Cheryl Swoops was on that team. She took that team, they helped that team to win the gold, go 60-0, and then that became the catalyst to start the WNBA. Freaking wild. So cool. And then what else happened with her? I mean, she has so many accolades. I could go into her accolades, but it's like, man, the list is long. She's been doing it for a long time. When she was at Virginia, she was averaging anywhere between 14 to 18 points a game, bruh. And then she was averaging 3 steals a game and almost 4 in 1 year. That is crazy. Almost three steals a game is wild. Her defensive prowess is amazing. And not too bad on the rebounds either, considering how short she is. And then when she went to the Charlotte Sting, she was with Charlotte for quite a bit of time. And of course her points went down. You have a lot of other players on the team doing well. So her points went down, but she was still, 11 points, 8 points, 9 points a game, something like that. And then she was still averaging at least 1 steal a game. At least. She was still like, I am the defensive king. She's the defensive queen, and she held it down. And she would play a lot of minutes too. She was averaging like 30 32 minutes a game. So she'd be in the game most of the time. And then she did get traded to Houston. And kind of her time at Houston, she did not play that much. She still was pretty good about the steals, but she didn't get a lot of minutes or a lot of points. The Houston team was stacked, so it's kind of hard, And it was kind of, going towards the end of her playing career anyway. She was more focused on Temple, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. And then after that, South Carolina. So a lot of dominance in her game. She was in with Temple, the Temple Owls. Like the first few years, like I said, weren't good, but then after that, she's having 21-10, 28-4, 24-8, 25-8, 25-8, 21-13. So she ended her season at Temple, her career there rather, with .68. She was a 172-80. And then conference play, she was 99-25. So she was .79. Wild. South Carolina, same thing. The first 5 years, they weren't that good. But in the fifth year, they just started like going off. So since the fifth year, I'm gonna go through the whole thing. I'm gonna say the whole record while she was there. So starting in 2008, and then we're gonna go to the present. So she was 10-18 the first year, then 14-15, then 18-15, then 25-10, then 25-8, then 25-5. Whoa. Then 34-3, 33-2, 33-4, 29-7. And then she had an off year in 2018, 23-10. Not the best year for them. They still went to the tournament though. 32-1, 26-5, 35-2, 36-1, 38-0. This is her undefeated season. She's and then that's her undefeated season in regular play. But she had undefeated conferences. Okay, she had a 16-0 in 2015-2016 season. She had a 16-0 again in the 2019-2020 season, and then the last 2 years she's had 16-0 in conference play. The GOAT, the Dawn Staley. Her record at South Carolina is total 440 and 106. And mind you, she lost most of those games, that 106, in the first 4 years. She's only, in the last 11 years, she's only lost 38 games. Her record is .806. Her conference play is 199-55. She's .783 in that. Girl is killing it. She is so great. She's very religious too. I want to point that out. She's always talking about God and Jesus and thank you, because that's how she grew up. All about religion. I am not a religious person, so I don't really rock with that, but I do respect that's what she believes, and that's what gives her drive in her life and her purpose. So I do respect that. But yeah, she is the GOAT. She lives by discipline, and she has a lot to show for it, to be honest. So yeah, I don't, nothing negative to say about Dawn. She is always going high when people are going low. Whenever there's a controversy, she always addresses it and apologizes. Whenever there is someone else to thank, she makes sure to thank them. She is the ultimate role model and the GOAT. And I love her. I love her game, and I look forward to her future, and I hope she keeps coaching for a lot longer. She has 3 national championships, guys. 3. She is the only black woman to have 3. Tara Vanderveer has 3, but Tara just retired. So there is a chance for her to get more championships, and I am here for it. I cannot wait to see what she does with this new group called the Daycare. The Daycare group is so funny because they're so wild in practices and stuff. So she lost her freshies, which is wild. I think I want to point out always that last year she lost her entire starting 5, which she called the freshies. The entire starting 5 was drafted into the WNBA, and then she had her bench players and then a whole bunch of freshmen, and they have all stepped up to the moment and went undefeated and got the natty. Like, what? These young ass kids, like, wow. I don't know. I don't want to say it's been a wonderful season, and I'm so happy she's finally getting her flowers, well deserved, because she's kind of been ignored because people are kind of used to her doing well. To be honest, like, people are really used to Dawn being dominant and doing the best and being the best, but It is hard work to do this. She is putting in the work, and she deserves all of the credit. Also, gotta love her commitment to Louis Vuitton and Gucci. People call her Louis Vuitton Dawn, and rightfully so. Girl know how to dress. She can dress, and I'm here for it. So, anywho, love Dawn Staley. If you didn't know, now you know, and look forward to her coaching next season. So, with even more talent coming into her team. Woo! All right, that's all I got for today. Thank you for watching this. If you liked it, like it, subscribe, share it, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, and thanks for watching, and bye.